In this post, we look at streaming sensor data to the dashboard for visualization. The data we are looking at is the temperature sensor measurements from the CPU for each of the CPU cores. Data is sampled at 100 milliseconds, that is 10 data points per second. Each data point is associated with a timestamp or has a timestamp. This helps with updating the visualization as new data is available. This is built using Django 2.1 and Python 3.7.4 for the backend. The frontend is built using JavaScript and libraries like dc.js and d3.js. We are looking at data around 8:57 a.m. Let's put some load on the CPU and see the updated measurements. So what we have done here is the load includes saving the project's Docker images, 10 of them, and compressing them using gzip. This should put enough load on the processor. As we can see, the temperature updates on the visualization. The reading will come back down to a normal range when the load on the processor eases. So that's a streaming of sensor data from Django to the front end. Some things to keep in mind are data sampling rate. Here we are doing 100 millisecond. It can also be 50 milliseconds, but that means more data. The second is the network distance, or the number of hops between the source and the visualization. The third is the data storage. For network, we should have an idea like how does the data translate to the capacity of the network. For example, 8 terabytes per 24 hours. Over a period of 24 hours, does it get translated to 730 megabits per second, or is it 370 megabits per second? That decides if the data can be streamed continuously. The second is storage. Usually in dashboards that get updated per 5 seconds or 10 seconds, let's say like Grafana, the data is stored or fetched from a database or a data source. The problem with that is that adds a delay and also a different type of load on the backend. It may involve, if a database is involved, it may involve anywhere between 1 millisecond to 30 milliseconds for read, depending on whether it is an SSD or a HDD. The thing to keep in mind here is when the data is being streamed as it is available in a streaming response, the client side, that is the browser, is engaged in a continuous open connection with the server. So that goes on until the data is available and is visualized as we see here. So that is those are some of the points to keep in mind. That's it.